UniFi have released their latest update, which is UniFi Protect 5.1, and here are some of the new features that come within. So we have an included case manager now, a sensor manager, we have an NFC and fingerprint reader support for the G4 doorbell, and there's some loitering detections for the new cameras. There are some improvements and bug fixes that you can see down on this list, but the main ones I have just highlighted. There are some additional features in here, such as the added ability to clone alarms and the ability to improve the detection by reporting false positives. The other big thing is there are massive improvements to the alarm manager, which a lot of people have complained about before, but now it's a lot easier and simpler to get things set up, and we will have a look at that in just a moment. We have a case manager and sensor manager, as I mentioned, and there's now a shortcut to the detections on the dashboard. So let's jump in and take a quick look. So everything on the main dashboard looks fairly similar. However, when you highlight over a camera, it tells you what it is. You can go to the timeline and you can go to the detection. So this is the shortcut for this specific camera. This is an UniFi camera, but we're not going to have any detections. So we're not going to have any detections on here. However, with the new AI port, hopefully this is something I'm going to bring to you soon, so we're able to see how that works with the third-party cameras. So the first thing we'll take a look at is reporting false detections. So you need to enable the false detections down here, and you do that by just clicking this here, and it gives you some terms and conditions to read, so you can agree to that and click confirm, and then we go ahead and apply the changes. So that's the first one, and the way we do that is we go and find a video clip. So we go and find something and we have an animal that we can choose right here, and there's a button right up here which says report false detection. So when you click report false detection, it comes up here and you click report, and then that is then processed to enhance Ubiquiti's detection technology. So some people may want to do this, some people may not want to, but that option is now there for you to do. And we now have the case manager down here where you can go ahead and create cases. So you can click the button at the top and add a clip from a playback or in a detection event. I have this detection event behind me and I can go ahead and play that. And there's a button right back here and it works even on the playback as well. You can go ahead and add to case, and then you can select the case that you want to add it to. So you can type in some text down below. So the cat is on the driveway, and then we go ahead and click add, and it adds it to the case manager. There is some limitations on this at the moment. If I choose my UniFi camera and I go ahead to try and add something to the case manager, we can go ahead and click add, and it doesn't let me add anything. And if we look at case 1, you can see that there's only the cat on the drive, so it doesn't actually add the UniFi cameras at the moment. Maybe this is a functionality that might be coming soon. The same with adding the case to an archive. The same with adding a detection or a clip to a case. There's a flag button at the top here which you can go ahead and flag, and now if I click on the flagged icon, if I go back to all events and I click on the flagged icon, it gives me everything that I have flagged. So if there's anything of interest or something specific that you want to see, you can easily track these down very simply. So if we take a quick look at the G4 Doorbell Pro, you can see down here, if I click on the settings, we now have a couple of extra features under here. So we have the NFC cards where you can go ahead and click and add an NFC card. It will tell you to hold it on the door for 5 seconds, and you can go ahead and set that up. And we have the fingerprint option as well. Again, if you click it, it's going to tell you to pop your fingerprint on the front door, so you can go ahead and use that. There are people out there that have integrated this with some Home Assistant software to be able to trigger other actions. So if you want to see a video on something like that, let me know down in the comments below. And finally, the big one. They've made this really easy and simple to do, so you can now go ahead and select any of the existing ones. For example, if I see the vehicle right behind me, you can see that pops up with the settings here, and they've broken it down into 3 different sections. You choose the type of detection, the device, and how you want to be notified. And you can also edit the standard alarms that are out of the box. So right here we have the face, LPR, activity, object, sound, or system. So we have all of these here. You can include or exclude any number of cameras. There doesn't seem to be any UniFi cameras here, and you can use your tags as well. So you can go ahead and use that to easily select the cameras that you need. You can either notify and the admins that you want to notify, so you don't necessarily want everyone to be notified for everything. So you can now change this and select the person that you want to be able to get the notification. What we had previously, which is the default and the custom context, and this is quite a good feature as well. We can actually ignore repeated actions. So you can then choose the number of minutes from anything as little as 1 minute. So you don't necessarily get those repeat notifications that you may have had previously. You can then go ahead and choose a webhook. So we have the standard Slack post or a custom webhook that you choose. And it's the same again when you're creating a brand new alarm. You can go ahead and click alarm at the top and you have all these options that you can choose. I don't have an AI camera plugged into the network at the moment, so I can't choose LPR or Face ID, but that's something you can choose as well. You can choose the activity. So here's the new loitering one that you can go ahead and pick. I haven't tested this yet, but it'll be something that we can go ahead and maybe test in a future video. You can have object, sound, which we've seen previously on some of them, and we also have system. So you can now use the system notifications if you want to be triggered for anything specific. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, what you think about these new updates. I think that the new alarm manager is a big one. It was something that needed to be reworked slightly, and they've just made it a lot easier and simpler to be used. I'm hoping to bring you more videos when I do get the new AI cameras, so let me know if you want to see something specific on those. For now, this is Inside Wire, and I'll see you in the next one.